Agenda item 2. We want to do it. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and do a roll call. When I call your name, please say present. Chair Kelly.
Present.
Vice Chair Heppel.
Present.
Commissioner Charles.
Present.
Commissioner Christensen.
Present.
Commissioner Kinzelberg.
Present.
Commissioner Kumagai.
Present.
Commissioner Merrick.
Present.
Commissioner Yarbrough.
Present.
And Commissioner Yui.
Present.
Let the record show all commissioners are present.
Moving on to agenda item 3, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. All right, agenda item number 4, today's special presentations. Thank you. This week is National Athlete Mental Health Week, and today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. It's a great day to introduce Coach Bree, the founder of Elite, a whole athlete support program in Encinitas. With a BA in psychology and an athletic career that spans from youth to collegiate and professional soccer with the San Diego Sea Lions, Coach Bree brings a unique, holistic perspective on sports and whole health for student athletes. With Elite, Bree is currently leading a critical mental health initiative in our community. With more than 60% of children dropping out of organized sports by age 12, Bree's mission is to reclaim the joy of the game. She works to replace pressure with an atmosphere that values confidence, effort, teamwork with education, access to sport with at all ages, and a reminder of the health benefits of community athletics. Today, she joins us to share essential mindset tools and mental health tips designed to help students enjoy the benefits of sport for health and community while keeping fun in the game. Please join me in welcoming Coach Bree, who is presenting on mental health and mindset and mental health tools and tips for students.
Thanks for having me. I have never done this before, so I feel very privileged to stand here in front of you guys and kind of share what has evolved of my work over the last 15 years, which is kind of crazy to say. So just a little background. When I started coaching, it was very similar to my own youth experience, and then over the years, it's just become a little bit more of a let's put you in a box at age 6, and the pressure's on from the get-go. And I really wanted to kind of start to create a space that reminded us what sports are here for, while incorporating mental health and physical health. So just a little background on that. So we are a community for athletes, and we really want to take priority in our mental health, our physical health, and it's a holistic approach where we really incorporate character, confidence, community, connection to self, and discipline in all that we do. So whether that's discipline in really needing to take care of yourself, or discipline in needing to succeed in your sport or school, whatever you will. So a little bit about what we do is every Monday we have a movement and mindset session. So we incorporate some sort of journaling, some sort of mindset or a mental health topic. On Monday, we did actually talk about the difference between mindset and mental health. I more recently started doing a 3-part series with high schools where we incorporate mindset, core values, leadership skills, and kind of tap into just making sure you're touching bases with how you're actually doing when it comes to mental health as well. Teen retreats have been my bigger focus. I've had guest speakers that come and talk to a group of teens, whether that is a children's psychologist, whether it's a academic coach, someone who's leading you in nutrition or strength and conditioning. And then we kind of wrap it up by getting out in the farm, harvesting your food, making your food together. And the reason I think that's important is not just you guys, us as a society are really spending a lot of time on our phones, technology, all that good stuff. So just trying to bring everybody back together outside, getting your hands dirty. And then, mentorship programs are offered through the camps that I host. So trying to get high school aged youth involved with the younger age groups to just mentor them, because being in service is a nice way to really take care of yourself as well, obviously your community. So those are a few of the things that we more recently have started to focus on in the last 3 years, I would say. So our mission is just to really create a safe space where athletes can come and kind of take down that wall, I think, and students, any high achieving person, really to kind of understand who you are outside of your achievements is really important and valuable in making sure that you stay healthy and connected to who you are and help you better excel in all of the other things that you love. So just continue to kind of narrow that back down. Why we do what we do is just to provide tools for our community that benefit them in and out of sport, help break the stigma of what mental health really means. I think it has such a negative connotation, and really here to kind of make sure that we know that's just part of who we are. And then, like I said, give everybody a safe space to kind of let those walls down. And then, truthfully, it really stems from the support I needed when I was your guys' age. That's a big part of my why. So just proactive versus reactive, I think a big thing that I've noticed over the years in coaching and why my players feel confidence is because there's great connection amongst us. We really foster the connection amongst them as a team as well. So it's not just all hustle, no conversation. I've really, really noticed that a great tool to build confidence in my players, athletes, obviously they're humans, is just to really know that I'm there for them. We have the connection outside of whatever it is that they're trying to achieve on the field or in school. I think it just really helps them show up better in whatever it is that they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and move on from that. So this is kind of a typical Monday. This is a photo of what we do, whether we start with mindfulness and visualization, or we start with journaling, or we end with this. It's really a way for them to understand that there is a time and place to rest. There's a time and place to see what your body's capable of doing and pushing through. I'm going to go ahead and continue with that. So some things that I've been practicing more recently with students is just really how can you touch bases with who you are? How can you turn inward and have a little bit more self-awareness? And one of the strategies is self. So they draw a chart. Your S stands for your strengths. You start to identify your strengths. And you'd be surprised how many kids struggle with identifying that. They can maybe write 2 and they're just eyes to the sky, really struggle with it. But if you ask them to tell you all their weaknesses, they can give you a really long list. So really aiming to kind of change that. And whether it's a practice through this or just every other week we touch bases and hey, this is the strength you're going to practice today at practice. We talk about excuses, so we kind of understand what gets in our way. We talk about why we love the sport or what we currently love in life outside of the sport, because that matters too. And then our fears, whatever that might be. Sometimes we don't really take the time or have the time to turn inward. So these are just practices that we try to do before practice, or we set aside times where we're not even on the ball. I coach soccer, whatever sport it might be, to really talk about it, journal about it, think about it. And then another practice that we do is talking about core values and how we can lead with those, how we can make decisions with those, how we can show up better in and out of sport if we're really aware of what those are. Again, it's a question you'll ask some kids, and they don't know what core values are, obviously age dependent, but you'd be surprised that even at the high school age, some aren't really sure how to define that. So I think if we just have a better understanding of what we want to live by, who we are, where our strengths lie, what excuses tend to get in our way, and we have community around that, we feel supported to conquer those excuses or have ask for the accountability to overcome them, and then normalize the fact that we all have fears. So I think that some of us sit with that very quietly, and I just like to create a space where kids, athletes can openly talk about that. And then, I'm going to go ahead and move on from that. This is a simple 3-step tool that I've used with my players and or at the club level. So you can make it very specific to your sport. You can make it very specific to what's going on in your daily life. So realistically, you're just identifying a current challenge that you're struggling with. You write what your controllables are in that situation, because a lot of times things are out of our hand, but what can we control in that moment with that challenge? And then we write ourselves a commitment statement. So something very simple, but I think effective, but obviously with anything, just like going to the gym or just like reading, the more you practice it, the more comfortable it becomes and really sets in. So I can move on from that. So this is an example. So I used anxiety prior to games, controllables. I think sometimes just accepting it, acknowledging it, rather than trying to suppress it is huge. The way you talk to yourself is in your control. Visualizing how you want to play or what it feels like to not have anxiety. Reframing it. Maybe anxiety is your inner applause getting you excited to play versus I'm so scared to play. And then I didn't finish the actual commitment statement that would make sense with that. But I think that we kind of understand that I will commit to visualizing before a game, so I feel less anxiety. So this is another tool this is the example of the tool, if that makes sense. We can kind of brief over this. So I think that this is how I try to explain mental health. Obviously, it's a little bit more complex, and my words are different depending upon the ages that I'm talking to. But I like to make sure that they understand that there is a difference between mindset and mental health. And mental health is a little bit more out of our control, and our mindset is within our control, more or less. I'm going to go ahead and move on from that as well. And then this is just kind of me and what I'm about, and making sure that kids know that they're more than their sports achievements, that there is a safe place for them to come to when they need extra support, whatever it might be. So that's all I have.
Chair Kelly, thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions?
Commissioner Yuri, I don't have a question, but want to thank you for your work in the field. I think it's amazing, and it's really important for kids, especially as an athlete.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Commissioner Kumagai, yes, I think this is a really wonderful approach, emphasizing that while the focus of this may be sports-based, that yes, students or players should think of their holistic life about sports and who they want to be as a person. I was curious, how many different kinds of sports do you do or teach?
So it's open to any and all sport, and I think that's something I'm really trying to break more recently, is because I've been in the community as a soccer coach. I think most of the kids that I know do play that sport at some point. I think a lot of them go off to play a different sport, which is really cool. But I think I'm trying to break the stigma that it's just soccer and that it's just for girls. I have worked with both boys and girls, and I think really opening that space for everybody is really important to me this year. So my last camp that I hosted, there was 4 young boys there, and I was pretty nervous to maybe think that it wouldn't apply to them or they wouldn't have as much fun, and I didn't have to change course at all. It was really cool. So that was really special to me too. But yeah, so any and all sports, even if it's a solo sport, because they need community too. Yeah.
Commissioner Yarbrough, thank you so much for giving this presentation, and I love it. I feel like I love that sports is evolving to more than just pushing and pushing. It's more about the mental mindset, and I think people are starting to realize that too in 2026. Quick question, are you doing high school and college also?
So I've worked with a handful of high schools. I've done Pacific Ridge and Carlsbad, and I do work with high school age students. So at our club, I've worked with the high school age boys and girls side of it. But I would say it's interesting. I think there's a lot of talk that it's needed, but you see a lot of, for me at least, I see a lot of parents that are still tending to the physical aspect of sport, which obviously is important, getting those physical reps in and really honing in on your craft. But kind of going back to what you said, it's super important to really take those same steps with the mental side of the game, because they actually are never going to leave you, right? Those are tools that are invaluable and that you're going to use in everyday life. So, yeah, all ages, any sport. I haven't really tapped into the college side of things, but I think that I'm more passionate about the ages, preparing them to step into college, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Commissioner Charles, I have had personal experience with being put in that box and being pushed into competitive sports. I've pretty much tried every sport that there is, basketball, soccer, and I've stuck with dance and jiu-jitsu specifically because those two sports, it's less accepted or expected, I would say, that someone should compete. There's still pressure to be on a dance team or compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments, but when you have a sport like soccer or basketball, that's how you play the game, is you have to go against another team. And I think that if I had something like this as a child, someone telling me that it wasn't all about the achievements and winning and things like that, maybe I would have really found a passion in more team sports that do have more competition. And this is a really helpful thing. And focusing on age groups where people are still experimenting with which sport is their sport. If someone is interested in physical exercise, which I think most people are, they enjoy some sort of sport, focusing on those younger age groups and really hammering in that idea that the competition is not all what sports is about is important. And I think that this is a really important cause, and I really thank you for speaking here today.
Thank you.
Chair Kelly, does anyone have any more comments? Thank you so much. Living in Encinitas, we live in this beautiful hotbed of sports. I mean, we have a ton of community rec teams from all ages. I mean pickleball, soccer, hiking, baseball. And we have a number of professional athletes in Encinitas who I think are going to be really happy to support this cause. It's a really great initiative. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Agenda item 5, oral communications to be led by city staff.
Yes, so we have 2 speaker slips. The first is Kelly McCormick. You have 3 minutes to address the commission.
Hello, I'm Kelly McCormick. I'm with San Diego Alliance for Drug-Free Youth, and I would like to share a new project that we're working on. It's called Smoke-Free San Diego, and it actually started with conversations that we've had with people that live in apartments and condominiums and are bothered by secondhand smoke that comes from their neighbors who smoke, and air filters don't prevent the problem, and the secondhand smoke gets into their units either through open windows or under doorways, through electrical outlets, through attics. So something like 65% of the air in, let's say, an apartment is shared among everyone in that community. So we'd love to see the city adopt an ordinance similar to what Carlsbad did for smoke-free multi-unit housing to really protect those people that are vulnerable, because there's not, unless the building has voluntarily declared that it's smoke-free and that's in the lease, people don't have much recourse. So we'd love to be able to help people be able to breathe clean air in their own homes. And so I have a little newsletter with some information that I will share with you. And we'd love to have your support, and we'll be talking about this more in the future. But, especially from the youth perspective, and, you were just, Bree was talking about children. Children are the most vulnerable in secondhand smoke situations at home because they're home a lot. They're not going to school or work. They play with toys that have the toxic residue on them. Their lungs are still growing in their respiratory system, so they have more damage when they're exposed to secondhand smoke at the same time that their lungs and air passages are growing. And so, it's really important to give children that healthy environment as well. So thank you for your time.
Our next speaker is Wendy Christensen.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to not embarrass Miss Elizabeth over there. But all of you know me as Elizabeth's mom. I am also the executive director of Striving to Serve Others, the nonprofit that's going to be sponsoring your intergenerational youth service event this month at the Pacific View Arts Center. And I'm encouraging all of you to come to that event, to come and see what happens, the magic that happens when the youth and our senior population come together. I don't know if you realize the impact that you have, but it is truly magical. And it's something that, as a mother, as a woman, a person in this community, it is something to behold. You literally change people's lives. You not only influence others your age, but you literally provide a service of healing and being seen in the community by these senior citizens. I cannot begin to tell you how isolated so many of them are, and we have a huge amount of seniors in our population. To be exact, I think the last census, it said about 21%, according to our city budgeting projections the last time I read them. And so it's about 59% are in roughly about your age range, mostly our community, right? Anywhere from, well, I guess a little bit older than all of you, so about 18 to 60 years old are 59% of our community. And they also come to your events too, anything that has to do with intergenerational art and service. So this is something that's a new collaboration with the city. I'm really excited about it. We are going to be doing it over at Pacific View Arts Center. It's on the 21st. I know that we already have a waiting list. I know the waiting list is actually getting longer because the article came out today in the San Diego Union Tribune, and it's already in Encinitas Advocate, and this week it will be in the physical papers. So we're really excited to see the reaction from the community. This is a service that, it will just have such a big impact. And I'm looking forward to seeing the reaction of our community, and hopefully there will be an ongoing demand for this kind of service going forward, to bring the youth together with the adults in our community, with the senior citizens especially. So please come to the event. And I wanted to say thank you to Bree, because she gave me the perfect segue to talk about the healing benefits of meeting the needs of the youth with mental health. And this is one of those parts that you can really do a big service to your community by showing and leading the way. So this does help to meet the needs and to heal the divide that we have in our community with generations. And it's so wonderful to, I know I can just go on and on about this, but watching things like storytelling unfolding and watching the youth come together and seeing the reactions of people that are from all different demographics of our community. We have every kind of person coming together with a common cause, and it's a shared experience of love. Thank you.
And that concludes oral communications.
Agenda item 6, changes to the agenda. to be led by city staff.
There was a misspelling, and so besides that correction on one word on the agenda, there's no changes to the posted agenda.
Agenda item 7, approval of the January 7th Youth Commissioner.
Vice Chair Hubble moves to approve.
Commissioner
Commissioner-
Yui seconds.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a vote, starting with Chair Kelly.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hubble.
Aye.
Commissioner Charles.
Aye.
Commissioner Christensen.
Aye.
Commissioner Kinzelberg.
Aye.
Commissioner Kumagai.
Aye.
Commissioner Merrick.
Abstained.
Commissioner Yarborough.
Aye.
And Commissioner Yui.
Aye.
All right, the minutes are approved.
Agenda item 8, fiscal year 2025 to 2026 Youth Commission Work Plan Review. So here's a little bit of a meeting update. So our April meeting is Wednesday, April 1st. This is also spring break for 7 of the 9 youth commissioners. Spring's a busy time for us all, so I just would like to poll the commissioners now to see if we should initiate a date change for April. I'll kind of, if you all want to pull out your phones or devices to check your calendars, this is a good time. And we can go down like one at a time if we'd like and just check to see if everyone's good for this date, because we may have to change the meeting date for this.
Supervisor Camarena, jumping in for just a second. We did talk about this, I think in the September meeting, which I am glad that we're revisiting this, but we did talk about it before and everybody had kind of said that they wanted to stay with the first, but I'm more than happy to hear any other opinions at this point as well.
Vice Chair Hubble, why doesn't anyone who can't do April 1st just speak up?
Commissioner Yarborough, I cannot make it on the 1st.
Commissioner Yui, I also will not be able to make it.
Commissioner Charles, I don't think I'll be able to make it on the 1st.
Chair Kelly, if you are in the San Diego Union High School School District, that is the break time. Just that's one thing to note. Chair Kelly, seeing as right now it's only Commissioner Charles, Commissioner Yui, and Commissioner Yarborough, and I, Chair Kelly, that would not be able to make it, we would have quorum, but that means everyone would need to show up. We would only have 5 people that are theoretically available. So we would need, if anybody has any possible conflicts, you need to speak up now so that we can meet quorum for the April meeting.
Commissioner Kinzelberg, I might have something that day.
Supervisor Camarena, jumping in. So if you did want to change that one, I think it would need to be an action item. So would we need to wait till next meeting to do that, or could we do that today, Nate?
We're talking about changing the date on the regular meeting calendar, right? So the regular meeting calendar was approved at the start of the school year, I think in August or September, and so we would have to vote to change the date.
Supervisor Camarena, so what he's saying is that we couldn't take a vote today. It would be something that we'd have to talk about in March at the next meeting, and I'd have to have it as an action item.
Chair Kelly, does somebody need to motion to add a action item, or what action do we need to take for that?
So that could be something that you can work with Supervisor Camarena to add to the next agenda. There's also section 11 of the agenda today is future agenda items, which you could propose to add as well.
So as I was hearing, so on the next meeting, I can bring what dates are available for this room, because the other thing is that we have a very specific time that we use this setting, and it is not always available at 4:30 on Wednesday nights. So I'm more than happy to bring dates and times that are available, and I can put it in as an action item next time for us to decide whether we want to change it or whether we want to keep it, depending on what space and times are available for April.
Chair Kelly, that sounds great. Would you prefer us to make that a future agenda item, or would just communicate outside of the meeting?
Sure, you can make that a future agenda item. That would be great.
All right, Chair Kelly, that sounds great. So I had something I wanted to address. We have been, leadership's a very important part of the Youth Commission, and leading a meeting is definitely a learned skill, and I think we're all here to learn and practice that. I think beginning in January, I've extended the work plan discussion opportunity to Vice Chair Hubble, who's been leading us through these work plan, the development of the work plan, asking everyone individual questions about their progress and what they're doing. For the remainder of our term meetings, I wanted to invite members of the commission to help lead the work plan discussion. This would include attending a brief 45-minute meeting with me or Vice Chair Hubble and Supervisor Camarena the week before our commission meeting. Then you will lead this part of the meeting. This is a great opportunity for anyone who is interested in future leadership opportunities. Please contact me by text or email if you're interested. But I will pass this to Vice Chair Hubble to lead the work plan discussion today.
Also, I will not be at the March meeting, so if anyone wants to jump in, that would be a great time to do it. Okay, so we're going to start with, goal number 1, civic and community engagement. Our first item is speakers, which we need to find a guest speaker for the March meeting. So I know, Commissioner Kinzelberg, you had an idea.
Commissioner Kinzelberg. Yeah, I was thinking that we could get John Strickland from the Encinitas Life Saving Association to come. I'm meeting with him this Saturday to talk about the ocean safety booth, so I can ask him then.
Great. Anyone on that ad hoc have other ideas for March?
Chair Kelly, this is more general work plan requests, but I did request that the Supervisor Camarena amend the work plan to include all the previous speakers. I listed that. I said that list today, and I emailed that today, and I should have had the handouts, but I didn't. And I also wanted to request that a member of City Council attend our April meeting as a speaker on the subject of opportunities for youth civic engagement in Encinitas. So my direction is to first initiate that April City Council speaker, and then second, initiate a meeting between the leadership team and any council members that wish to meet with us between now and May 2026. I think the goal is to continue momentum for commission recommendations for future work plan. Again, this is a request for the city staff to direct this. And that was all I had for this goal 1.1.
Commissioner Yarbrough, for the March speaker, I was confirming with Go Greenish. I think I sent an email over for them to come out.
Chair Kelly, I don't think there's any problem with having multiple speakers on the same month. I know that City Council and other commissions often have multiple special presentations go at once, so I don't think there should be any problem with that.
Commissioner Yarbrough, should I keep it on March, or should we spread it out if we have an open month?
Commissioner Kinzelberg. Also, I can move mine because I haven't confirmed with my person.
Okay, Commissioner Yarborough, is your speaker already have the dates and stuff for March?
Yes, they've confirmed.
Like, they've said they'll be there?
I'm waiting for the official confirm on the dates. They said they want to come. I gave them the dates. So it's not 100%. I could send an email and find out probably by today.
Chair Kelly, again, I don't think there's any problem with having two speakers on the same month. It would be great if one of you guys could check and see if they're available for April as well. I don't think, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's fine to have two speakers at one meeting, but I think it would be better if one of them could be at April, just so we have confirmed speakers for all the meetings.
Supervisor Camarena, you guys can just let me know in email. So just make sure you're communicating with me which one. Sooner rather than later, so before the end of the month is best, because by around the 21st or so, I'm putting together all of the items for next meeting. So just make sure you get it to me as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Anything else for 1.1?
I also have a speaker that could come, but if two other people already have people, then when we run out of speakers, he can come.
Chair Kelly, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but you can have as many special presentations you want in a meeting. It'd be great to spread it out, but again, it's fine if there's some overlap.
That would be a really long meeting.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Supervisor Cameron is jumping in. So the only thing we need to worry about is we do have time limits on this room and this space. So just understand, maybe if we're talking to our possible speakers, make sure they understand that we need to keep them to 5 to 10 minutes so that we're not overusing our stay in the room.
All right, great. Let's move on to 1.2, which is geocaching. Commissioner Kinzelberg, I know you were talking with the Encinitas Historical Society about that. Could you update us, please?
Commissioner Kinzelberg, yeah, so I talked to them and we set up an account and they got a premium account, so that means that we'll be able to make adventure labs, which is what we used for the Encinitas Art Nights, and we'll be working with them to do those.
Okay, great. I also had an idea that I wanted to throw out to the group of maybe as a bonding opportunity as a commission, we could do one of those, what is it, the history walk things that they do, right, Commissioner Kunzelberg?
Yeah, they have those.
And that's what you're going to set the Adventure Lab up for?
Yeah, it's going to have like
So,
some of those spots.
Just an idea if we want to do that. I know the Historical Society would love it. Okay, moving on to 1.3 financial literacy. Could anyone on the ad hoc please just tell me what's going on with that? What have you planned?
Commissioner Yui, so we have 3 speakers and 2 of them said they could do April 18th, but I was just talking with Dylan and he said that his like track meets all on Saturday, so I'm maybe switching it to Sunday would be better.
Those dates work for me, both of them. So
Okay.
whichever one's easier for Dylan.
Yeah.
Commissioner Charles.
And I think April 18th is also Arbor Day and Art Night. So maybe let's not triple book ourselves. I think Sunday will be better.
Okay, Commissioner Yui, so April 19th?
Yeah, that sounds good. And would this be at the library or the art center? What were
At
you
the
thinking?
library.
Library, okay.
Supervisor Camarena. And then Yui, can you please send me, again, their names, what their titles are, or what they'll be talking about? So I do need to check in with them and kind of see what exactly they will be expressing. And did you say that the library has already kind of vetted with them, or?
Commissioner Yui, I talked to them and they said that they pretty much open. The rooms aren't like booked really, and we'll have access to them.
Commissioner Yarbrough, quick question. So I found a financial speaker. Are we going to spread this out to different events, or is this going to be all on one day?
Commissioner Yui, so you have one. We could have 2 events and then 2 speakers at each event. Would that be something?
That sounds good.
Okay.
And then what are we going to be doing at these events? Like having the speaker and then have activities, and then who's like are we going to have students come?
Commissioner Yui, what I was thinking for the event is they would do, each speaker would do like a presentation at the beginning, and then afterwards, like the students could go go up to them individually, or we could have like an activity, and then, yeah.
Okay. And then I also did some research and I found this really cool website with like a bunch of personal finance resources and games and stuff that we could offer.
Okay, great.
Chair Kelly, we'll move on for that. You guys can figure that out in your ad hoc.
Great. Let's go to 2.1, which is Goal 2 intergenerational programming. And first up is our art social event, which we're all very excited about this month. So Commissioner Christensen, could you please update us on what's going on with that?
Yeah, so we have a date, time, and place like kind of finalized. There's a flyer outside. It's like yellow with Art Social in bright blue. But I have it pulled up here. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Pacific View Arts Center on February 21st. It is indeed full, and there's a wait list. Oh, yeah, we have the flyers here. That's perfect. Yeah, and then I have all the materials so that all we have to do is maybe pull up for those who are helping set up. So maybe those who are in the ad hoc with me, just pull up maybe 30, 45 minutes earlier just to set everything up. And then I can bring all the supplies, and then we host the event, and then we pack up. And I think that's all.
Supervisor Camarena jumping in for a second. So yes, like you were saying, so maybe since we have the habitat restoration earlier that day, you guys can maybe leave around 12 or 11:30 or so, just so you have time to make sure you go get something to eat, hydrate. You probably will be dirty, so I would maybe make sure you get to wash your hands or anything else you need, and then you'll want to set up the room or so. I'd say give yourself at least 45 minutes to an hour. This art staff are going to be there, and they will be able to help you set up in whatever capacities you need. Remind me, and I apologize if you have just said this. Remind me, are you going to be teaching art, or how does the actual art go? I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally fine. So I am providing the supplies, but I do not have anybody teaching art. That would be something that if somebody wanted to volunteer to teach art classes, we could do that. But for the most part, it is you will get a canvas and you can fill it out. And it's just so that you can have something to like make and do with your hands while you like socialize with those around you.
Got it. So more of a free form, come in, supplies are ready, and you can come in. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Commissioner Christensen, I tried asking, but I didn't get a set number. How many people do we have that are going to be attending that aren't on the wait list, that are going to be in the room?
So the room capacity is 17, which is why we capped it at 17. At the moment, I was just suggesting to Manager Goodsell is I think I will go talk to the art staff. Maybe we can open it up to a second room. We'll have to check in with Pacific View Art Center to see if they have more space that day, but I will do that this week. I'll go check in with them, see if they have more space. Would you be open to opening to a second room?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because then we can open up the wait list and get more people involved. But let me check with art first.
Okay, and once you do that, can you just give me a rough head count of how many people are going to be in attendance?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Manager Goodsell, do you have enough supplies and volunteers to facilitate a second room if one is available?
I have supplies and I have a few volunteers, but maybe one or two more if we did open up to a second room would be great.
Commissioner Kumagai, if you're looking for more teen volunteers, I could ask a couple Honor Society students at our school.
Vice Chair Hubble, I've also brought this up with my school's Art Honor Society, and they're interested. I'd also just like to note for everyone on the commission and at the meeting that to sign up for this event, you do need to sign up with at the Encinitas Parks and Rec website and through this specific event because of waivers and stuff. So you can't just show up. And I think, is there anything else about that? Great. Well, I'm really excited for this one. And moving on to Techie Tutors. Okay. So Supervisor Camarena, how many volunteers are we at right now? That's this Saturday, right?
From the email exchanges that we had this week, I believe Commissioner Kumagai has herself and 2 volunteers coming. And then we also have a contract volunteer that will be coming to volunteer their time to help at the event as well. So right now we have 4 people who are willing to teach tech, volunteer-wise. And then Sarah, Commissioner Charles, are you going to be there this Saturday?
Yes, I will be, Commissioner Charles. Unfortunately, the last Techie Tutors event, I had a terrible case of laryngitis, and I would not want to bring my sickness around other people, especially a room of seniors. So, unfortunately, I couldn't make that one, but I'm excited for this Saturday.
Manager Goodsell here. Chair Ling of the Senior Citizen Commission that's partnering with you on this event has reached out to the tutors at the Senior Center Computer Lab to see if any of them would be interested in volunteering at the event as well. So we're just waiting to hear back.
Vice Chair Hubble, I'm also available if you need someone else. And Supervisor Camarena, just to clarify, the city or the library is providing the space, and then.
Correct. So the event is at the community center. It's usually held in the banquet hall, so that it's a larger space so that we can kind of spread out and nobody's talking each other's ears or all around each other so much. So it will be a larger space for more privacy to kind of look through tech with people. The other thing is that there will be city staff there who will have, they'll have extra copies of the waiver. So if you have friends who show up who want to volunteer and they haven't filled out their waiver, just have a parent come with them and the waiver is going to be available for them to sign up there. For seniors, they just need to make sure that they register at the front desk and then they are good to walk back and learn more about tech.
And great, I think that's it. And could you remind me what time that is and then what time volunteers would need to show up?
The event is from 10 to 12, so I would say earliest 9:30.
Okay, great. And moving on, goal number 3 on that is already done. So we'll go down to goal number 3, habitat and environmental stewardship.
Thank you, Chair Kelly. Thank you all for your patience. This has been rescheduled on and off for about a year now. It is Saturday, now scheduled for Saturday, February 21st this year from 9 to 12. Emphasis on this year. It's the only date where all of our members of the ad hoc are available, and it will be sunny. This represents our final window to complete this requirement of the annual work plan. The art social is also scheduled later for that evening. We have just discussed that. So while I'll be attending both events personally, we understand that some of you may be strained on your availability. So you can choose your participation level based on that. I just want to confirm that we will be sending all commission email with formal location and notes for this event.
Yes, when we are in the week of that week, probably that Wednesday, I'll send out a picture and all of the information for you guys on what to bring and such.
Great. And we will move on to Arbor Day, which I believe the date has been set for that, for April 18th.
Manager Goodsell, that is correct. It will be held on April 18th from 9 to 12 p.m. at Hawk View Park. And that's at 1309 Blue Heron Avenue in Encinitas.
Great. And we encourage everyone to show up for that, especially the 4 of you who are on that ad hoc. It's pretty fun. All right. Let's go down to number 4. Youth health and safety initiatives. Bike safety is done. Mental health experts is also done. So the only thing left is the ocean safety booth. And Take it away.
Commissioner Kinzelberg, I am meeting with John Strickland, who works at the Encinitas Life Saving Association this Saturday. We're going to talk over the phone. So,
Great. Do we have like any idea of a date for that?
not exactly. Probably
Like-
same
like
as last
June?
year, like
June?
June, like
Okay.
kind of early June.
Okay. Great. All right, last one. STEAM engagement. The first one, STEAM community projects and careers. I think Art Social probably will count to that. So that's done. And then Art Night is also done. So good job, guys. And that's it.
Chair Kelly. Oh,
Supervisor Camarena, I know that Commissioner Merrick had kind of wanted to comment on some of the ideas for a future work plan on what you would want STEAM to kind of look like. Did you want to talk on that?
I mean, I don't really know.
Or maybe just tell the fellow commissioners a little bit more about your ideas of what you were hoping STEM engagement would look like in the future?
I was thinking we could do some more like videos and outreach of teaching and explaining like what exactly can STEM careers involve, like not just like you could just become a builder or an engineer or something. There's more to it. And I feel like that's important to let younger kids know about that. Changing subjects a little bit, there was mention of another age-friendly Encinitas Listen and Learn session. I was wondering about what those dates might be.
This is Manager Goodsell, and I will cover that in the department updates for you.
Chair Kelly, it sounds like a great idea in terms of the STEM engagement, STEAM engagement videos. Again, we can add that to the work plan this year if we can get that done in a reasonable time. But again, could be added to a future work plan. Something it also seems to be very involved with our goals currently. So you could just add that upon what we're already working on. But we'll move on to agenda item 9, which is department updates by Manager Goodsell.
Thank you, Chair Kelly. The final Action Study Community Forum, Age Friendly, is being held on Tuesday, February 10th, and that's at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Encinitas Elks Lodge. And this is where the community helps to identify tangible steps that can be taken to make Encinitas more age-friendly in the areas of housing, community engagement, mobility, outdoor spaces, and health and wellness. And those results and the community input will be presented to the City Council for review. Please save the dates. So Saturday, February 21st from 9 to 12, the Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with the City of Encinitas, is hosting a Live Boldly, Live Well Senior Lifestyle Expo at the Encinitas Community and Senior Center. On Monday, March 2nd at 8 a.m. Is when the spring and summer camp registration opens. The annual spring egg hunt is fast approaching on April 4th, starting at 10:15 a.m. at Encinitas Community Park. And then, of course, I just mentioned earlier, Arbor Day is being held on April 18th from 9 to 12 at Hawkview Park. And that concludes my department updates.
Thank you, Manager Goodsell. We'll move on to agenda item 10, Commission member initiated agenda item. Seeing as there are no Chair Kelly again. Agenda item 11, future agenda items added by commission members. Chair Kelly, I motion to approve to add a future agenda item to change the meeting dates from April 1st.
Vice Chair Hubble seconds the motion.
Manager Goods, I believe that would be also considered a special meeting. Is that correct, Nate?
If they're looking to change their regular meeting, I guess it would be a special meeting, right? Yeah.
So is he asking to call for a special meeting? Is that what you're saying?
So they're asking to remove the regular meeting date that was previously approved for April, right? Now what it's labeled as a special meeting or regular meeting, we can discuss that afterwards, but that would be what the item would be about, removing that April date and changing it.
Got it. So it can be one action item, it doesn't have to be two. Correct. Okay.
And then since there was a consensus by 2 or more commissioners, a vote's not necessary.
Chair Kelly, seeing as there are none, we'll move to commission reports, roundtable all commissioners. So obviously, please give us give us the school update, but we have a fun prompt for today, which is who inspires you? And I will start. I will only answer the who inspires you since I'm online. But if any of you guys know who Gabrielle Thomas is, Gabrielle Thomas is a U.S. Olympic sprinter. I thought it was in line with the National Girls and Women in Sports Day. She has 2 or 3 gold medals. She's an incredible athlete, and she is inspiring and is a part of the Athletes for Hope Athlete Council, which is made up of 4 or 5 athletes, including Katie Ledecky, Stephen Curry, and among others. So.
Vice Chair Hubble, at Santa Fe Christian High School, we are in our Winter Spirit Week this week with our winter dance on Saturday. And we're also looking forward to, in just a few short weeks, Tech Week and shows for our spring musical Hello Dolly. And then some other mission trips, and our senior business week is also coming up. And I am inspired by several different English teachers that I've had as I'm looking towards what career I want to pursue and college and all that stuff.
Commissioner Charles, at SDA, we also have our winter formal on Saturday. And I think it's pretty intense. We're through our spring quarter. Our halfway mark is sometime mid-March, so classes are intense. The spring semester is shorter than the fall semester, so classes on the 4x4 are even more intense right now. Who inspires me? I would also have to go with some English teachers, as I'm looking for a career or at least a college major in English literature, and I've had close connections with many English teachers through school. But I'd also say that one of my grandparents, my grandmother, really inspires me from the life she's built for herself and her work ethic.
Commissioner Christensen, not much to update on personally, where I'm going strong with school and we're just kind of making it day by day. We also have our winter formal this Saturday evening, so excited for that. And for somebody who inspires me, I'd say there's a really long list, but I'd say one of the people that's kind of in the front of my mind right now is my older brother, Joseph. He's been working really hard these past couple of years, and recently he's landed a really good internship opportunity at a college that he's going to right now, and I'm really proud of him. So it's cool to see his hard work pay off, and it kind of inspires me to keep working.
Commissioner Kinzelberg, at Pacific Ridge, we're wrapping up our second trimester. It ends next week, and then we have spring sports when we get back from ski week. And I don't think too much else. I did want to bring up that the speaker from last time had like a kind of message for the commissioners. I forgot these flyers in my car, but there is a teen wellness night on February 25th, which is a Wednesday, and it's 5:30 to 7:30 in San Marcos. It's at this place called One Safe Place. And if you want more info, you can ask me after, and I can give you a flyer from my car too. But that's all I have. Oh, and somebody who inspires me, I would say probably my English teacher this year, Miss Hill. She's very nice, and I think that like she has, I don't know, I don't want to get into details because like she just had a very emotional moment with the class, but like, I don't know, she's like powering through and stuff. So I'm very like, I don't know, proud of her, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Commissioner Kumugai, let's see, at SDA, I believe our soccer team is starting to close their season out. In the Japanese department, we are preparing for the arrival of some exchange students in March, which is very exciting. My family will be hosting one. In our theater department, we recently wrapped up our 1-week 1-acts performance and are kicking off our musical and drama production classes. And then someone who inspires me, I would have to say, is my singing teacher. She is Christina Bennett. She is also a musician, and while I'm not necessarily for my career looking to go into singing or anything like that, I find her to be a very inspiring individual. To see someone so talented and also kind explore or take an interest and a passion and fully dedicate themselves in such a beautiful way that I see connects with so many people.
Commissioner Merrick, at SDA, we're getting ready for our winter formal, and course selection is closing up. Someone who inspires me would probably be my 7th and 8th grade STEM teacher, Ms. Zug. She was actually the one who inspired me to join the Youth Commission, and she was just really cool.
Commissioner Yarbrough at San Diego. We have our winter formal, as mentioned, and then track and field is starting up February, this upcoming Monday. So come out to as much meets as you guys can. And then we have a dodgeball tournament in ASB, and then a couple of Javas coming up. And then who inspires me? I do love my English teachers, but I think I would have to go with David Goggins, as I just finished a book about him. So, yeah.
Commissioner Yui, LCC also has a formal, pretty cool. Spring sports are starting up, and then my nonprofit Opportunity Athletics, we had our first event, and we were able to give out a lot of gear to underprivileged kids. That was cool. And then someone who inspires me is my grandpa because of his like work ethic, values, and like how he like connects with other people.
Vice Chair Hubble, also, if you are interested in leading the work plan section of the March meeting, please talk to me after this.
Chair Kelly, or send a note or text, whatever works for you guys. It can't hurt us as a good reference. Commissioner Yarborough. We'll move on to, I'll adjourn this meeting at 5:33 on Wednesday, February 4th.